Dupe reactions, literal goldmine, infinite money glitch.
Evening, Exiles, Ervin here, and I've never made a video on a topic like this before. Typically, when it comes to content creation, I stay in my lane and focus on my own creations. And
this sounds so serious already. It's like this guy's about to give us some like really bad news.
For the most part, I ignore what other creators are doing in the space, even if I might at times feel that content might be unreliable, misinforming, or just a complete waste of time for the viewer. For the sake
everybody make videos on this guy, get him out of the category.
Okay, I'll do my part, Lily. I'm doing it right now. I'm gonna re-upload my reaction to you reacting to something that someone else put effort into. Let's do it.
Okay. It's typically a practice I see all around me in this position, but I don't say anything about it.
Is it good? I haven't seen it yet.
Typically, there's no need to. The audience reacts accordingly, having had their time wasted. So what could I add to that? But
oh, geez. Wait, is this the Rage Gaming like to dislike ratio? I feel bad when I get like under 90%. I'm like, oh, shit. Said something bad there. This guy's got like a 20% like to... No, not even. It's not even a 20%. This is like 849 to 4. Holy shit. Oh, no, that's not good. A 16%? If I had a 16% like to dislike ratio video, I would delete my channel, I swear.
This video that's been brought to my attention is likely the worst piece of informative content I've ever seen manufactured for the YouTube audience on Path of Exile 2.
Did he say that?
And it comes to us almost unsurprisingly from Rage Gaming, a YouTube channel with over 1 million subscribers created by 3 friends that have invested years of their lives into this practice. Now, they found themselves under fire from the Path of Exile community before.
Number 1 in the most egregious of all.
Oh,
Rage
it's a triple
Gaming.
react now.
Yeah, I don't know. Like,
do you want to know why these guys do this? It's because of this. So I've found that, at least for like gaming channels, this estimated monthly earnings is about, it's normally like in the middle. So these dudes could be making like $15,000 a month. That's why they're doing it. They don't give a shit. They're laughing on all the way to the bank.
The Rage Gaming single-handedly has probably made thousands of people stop playing the games they have made videos for because people will follow it and then just absolutely get demolished because the information they give is almost always just completely and utterly wrong and misleading. They always just say garbage diarrhea for
70K a year for like pumping out videos and playing video games. It's not too bad. And it depends where you live. Although those are in the UK. So yeah, that's like a 1-bedroom apartment, right?
minutes to fill up for ads. True.
But for the most part, they were able to deflect the allegations, saying their content was meant for newer players and not the sweats. Basically saying if their builds are not optimal or information unreliable, then that is
I don't know if they successfully deflected.
It's not completely wrong, right?
That story was so false.
And overall, their response to the allegations by DS Lowly allowed them to slither on along pretty much as they had been, although under more scrutiny than before.
Yep.
After that drama went down, most people, myself included, kind of just forgot about it. No more attention was really paid to what Rage Gaming was producing in the Path of Exile 2 space beyond the initial call out. Until today, when this video in question was brought to my attention. Path of Exile 2. 5 easy divine orb farm tricks you didn't know. Fast. Remember the word fast for later. Patch guide.
Best. He used the B word.
Keep in mind, this video was posted before the 0.1.1 patch. So throwing out the word patch and guide next to each other like you've got the crystal ball is pretty much as clickbaity as you can be. And that's without talking about how the word best and easy somehow also managed to fit within this title.
Yep, use the B
word. But although I could pick apart the title and thumbnail all day and poke fun at it, at the end of the day, this is YouTube. If the content is good and the information is good, who really cares what got you the click in the first place?
That is a good thumbnail.
Do whatever you gotta do, whatever.
Oh my god, is that real? Damn. Is this a real thumbnail? This is god tier. Whose channel is this? I need to learn. Wow.
Here's what got you the click in the first place.
That
right?
is a good thumbnail.
Do whatever you got to do.
That is an excellent
whatever.
thumbnail.
But that's the problem. There is not a single good piece of information or advice within this 16-minute video.
Nope, there was a pretty good piece of advice.
Yeah?
There actually was. There's one.
What was it?
It is chock full of misinformation,
it?
bad advice, and gives off the aura of a player that spent less.
No! Did he say you can orb of chance and ingenuity? Bruh, come on. And a temporalis? I thought you were joking. Living in Poland, you make him 1 to 2K a month anywhere in NA. Yeah, exactly, right? Same with South Africa. If I was earning $5,000 a month, I would be so chilling.
Less time in game than Elon Musk has during the inauguration.
Wait, Elon, how are you logged into the game, Elon? How are you logged into the game? Wait, explain. Wait, how are you winning Sulfurix cabins right now, Elon?
So now what we're going to be doing is going through each piece of advice and tip given by Rage Gaming. Then we're going to, as I am almost entirely an informational channel myself, be correcting the misinformation or even actually offering useful advice in its place.
With that context, then, let's go forward with these methods and how they relate to that.
Yeah,
First up,
BLT.
pretty well-known thing, and just kind of a topic about the patch that's coming, and that's checking what currencies you're sat on.
So right from the beginning of the video, I want to bring attention to the fact that this is a video allegedly about making divine orbs, the currency everything in Path of Exile 2 is weighted against, about a month and a half into the league. And this person making a video to tell you how to farm the best, fastest, easiest way.
No. You don't understand. He's been spending it on upgrades. Like, look at his build. Also, this bow could have like 12 things on it. You don't know that.
The best, fastest, easiest way has only one of them in their currency tab.
You know what? Wait. I will say this, okay? Don't look at the divine orbs, because a lot of people will be like, oh, you only have 1 divine in your sash. You're so poor. Like, what do you know? It's like, dude, if you're hoarding divines, use your divines to do shit. What you need to be looking at is how many other currencies he has, like the bubblegum currency, because those are less commonly traded, and those are the ones that will slowly build up over time. Like, if I go in game, I probably have like 1,000 regals from farming, but I might only have like 2 divines. This is the dead giveaway. Is like, this guy only has 43 bars. That probably means he's not doing the best currency farming. Yeah, exactly. You got like 2,500 chaos orbs just from like passive farming. I don't care about the divine orbs.
Their currency tab in total with a set of gear on that.
Hey, he's investing them in armor scraps. Give him a break.
Exactly.
Doesn't cost more than 5 divine orbs. Despite this video, again,
He does have level 52 gloves, though.
Posted a month and a half
investing
after
in
the
armor
league has
scraps.
begun. This man is so poor, I'm surprised I didn't see him as an extra in the 2nd season of Squid Game. So, right from the get-go,
What is Lily eating? This is making me so hungry.
there are signs this is not a good person to listen to when it comes to farming currency. But let's hear him out. Let's hear that first tip, shall we?
Let's get it.
Because you may be sat on value that you're kind of wasting. For example, I'm sat on 43 Val Orbs. In this moment right now, I don't need to have that many. Same for the Chaos Orbs. I could half that. I've got 60 Armorous Scraps that I'm not using for anything. A lot of Artificer Orbs, the Arcanist Etchers, the Blacksmith Whetstones, that type of thing. Another
86? Do you think this dude's RMTing? How could he possibly have 86 whetstones?
also great value.
Because he's got 86. There's no way you could possibly self-farm that.
Will be things like the Gem Cutter Prisms, if you're sat on these and you've currently got your skill gems to max quality. And then obviously the stacking value of lesser, greater, and then perfect Jeweler's Orbs.
Start off by telling
It's
players
not me
they
this
can make
time.
some extra currency
It's not
by
me this time.
liquefying their currency into other currency.
I'm not
Except
serious. I'm trolling.
That doesn't add any value to your account. You've just
I'm just
shifted
enjoying the
your
show this time.
currency into another currency. Liquefying assets is something you do instead of punching your friend whose hotel you just landed on during a game of Monopoly to avoid declaring bankruptcy. Not something you do to make currency.
I was just doing
Liquefying
the dry humor
assets
thing.
only makes sense within the very first few days of a fresh league, when assets like
It is a
armor
lot.
scraps, baubles, chaos orbs, val orbs, and once you're done utilizing them for yourself, jeweler orbs are extremely inflated
The
and
game?
sought after
Yeah, it's
compared
pretty
to the
popular.
resources that are more regularly traded later in the league, like Exalted Orbs and Divines. But this late in the league, when these items have normalized, it just doesn't make any sense to portray this as some kind of currency making tip, which kind of just gives you the impression that this person might have not really even picked up the game since the first week, but you know, it was time to churn out a video anyway.
The point is, you might be sat on stuff that you can convert to Exalts and maybe even Divines. My tip isn't actually that.
And then after 2 whole minutes of this dialogue about liquefying assets, we're clued in
said it
that this
again.
is actually not the first tip at all.
What is
but
it?
now we're getting to the real best, fastest, easiest divine farming trick that you didn't know.
Okay.
Is that waiting until
Can't wait.
after the patch is probably a very good idea, even though they're not making meta changes. People have been purchasing and selling generally a lot less over the last few days, and I think it's reasonable to assume that's because of that looming patch.
How does he even wait?
He's investing in Exalted Orbs before the patch. Oh no, this is like the worst idea. They crashed. I don't know if you could have predicted it, but oof. Noted waiting, best, fastest, easiest currency strat. Just wait.
How does he even know people are selling less?
And not knowing what's going to be in it, how much of a change is it going to be? A lot of people have been worried about the top builds, the top classes getting nerfed. Your Stormweavers, Invokers, Infernalists, Deadeyes, the Gemling Legionnaire, Stat Stackers, with them announcing that they're not going to be making meta-changing changes in the league we're currently playing. People are going to feel a lot more reassured, and so trading should pick up again. However, the one thing that I think we have hope for is
It says the
armor
way I
change.
explained
They
it,
said that
I'm
armor is
blocking
going to get a
it.
buff. How much of a buff that is, as I make this video, we don't know.
We do. They said 15% if you watched. Yeah, it sounds like a crypto bro giving investment advice. Yeah, just get lucky, Lamau.
And during this ramble in between getting to the point, Rage Gaming informs us that armor is being buffed in the patch.
Lily,
and
why are
we
you so
do not
gross?
yet know by how much. But the thing is, though, during the podcast, we were told it would be a 15% buff. So anyone who was paying attention to the upcoming patch, like a content creator, not making Monster Hunter content, knew this buff would be pretty insignificant. But let's hear him out.
All
We're
right.
going to release those patch notes at some point soon. But if it's a relevant change in any way, that means people might start running armor, or at least investing in it somewhat. Therefore, they're going to be running a lot of new gear. Therefore, they're going to have to add quality to a lot of new items. So, armor scraps are going to raise in value.
No.
Maybe at least initially over the period that the demand jumps during,
Steam
post
DB
armor
info?
patch
Oh, look at
with the
this.
buff that comes in with that.
Look at
so,
that.
yes, remember to check your currency and
That's
maybe
great.
things that you
It's
have
a
too
little
much
bright.
of convert to Exalt, maybe
But-
even Divines. But with armor scraps in particular,
Bruh, no, okay. All right, so invest in armor scraps. One day, I'm going to follow a Rage Gaming build 1-to-1. Maybe we should do that as a challenge. Can you beat Path of Exile following a Rage Gaming videos build and all their investment advice? It's not even their builds. They are stolen builds. Oh, that sounds like a fun challenge.
advise you wait at least until after that patch.
I don't know who
where
that
I think
is.
demand might jump up, at least initially, depending on how valuable that armor buff is. So let's move on to a method that you can act on right now
All
with
right.
that in mind.
What is
This is
it?
one that's been popping up in popularity over the last few days.
No, it hasn't. I can say with a high degree of certainty, no one has done the slave labor Rage Gaming is about to suggest
No,
you do to
please don't tell
yourself
me.
with this next profit strategy.
So
No, is he going to tell me to go farm superior armors and salvage them for...
should change a
No.
little bit, but not massively. But I do think it's going to be especially relevant if armor becomes worth running post
Please
that
don't
patch.
say it.
And again, a
Please
lot of
don't
people
say
need
it.
to
Please don't say
improve the
it.
quality in bigger numbers again. So, armor scraps, they're going to jump up in value. It's a simple fact that people list items without knowing their true value. It's a common practice then to just drop stuff into, say, a dump tab. I have one that's set at 10x.
All right, I once again have to pause here to talk about Rage Gaming Stash. When you see a content creator for Path of Exile 2 more than a month into the league who is still selling items for as low as 1 Exalted Orb,
Yeah.
this
Whoa.
Hey.
Exposed.
Hey, calm down.
Exposed.
Calm down, buddy. Hey, simmer down.
is a very
I sold like 3 of these the other
Clear
day.
warning sign. This is not someone you should be listening to for tips on generating currency. And we'll talk about why in just a minute after Mr. Rage
This guy
Gaming
is pretty
gets
funny,
to-
but hey, don't talk down on the low exalted.
How do I get this thingy? How do I get one of these? I need that. Especially in the lead up to 3.26, which is definitely happening this week, right?
All right, maybe I did it. See, look, I'm poor. See, 1 exalt trades makes sense right now.
Damn. Really?
I am investing in armor scraps as well, though.
to the point.
Plenty of items get listed at exactly 1 exalted orb.
Oh.
Well, it's not too uncommon to find items that actually have
I
quality
did.
on them. Like, say, this one has 20%, the max. What happens when you take a
No!
20% max quality armor piece? When you salvage it, you generate 4 armor scraps.
Holy
and then
crap.
if it has sockets, you're also going to generate artificer shards. So in this exact moment, you've got between 2 and 3 armor scraps, the value of 1 exalted orb. So as I took that singular piece and turned it into 4 armor scraps, I have almost generated 2 exalted orbs.
Almost. What? 2. Wait, so are you telling me that if I salvage 400 20% quality armors, I can get a divine? Yeah, easy, fast divines. So wait, an exalted orb to a divine now is what, like 250? 250x to a divine? And if I get 4 armor scraps, that means I need 500 armor scraps for a divine. No, it's 125. Holy, whoa. This is a very popular, I think I saw a Fub Gun video on this. It is a very popular currency making strat right now. I think Fub Gun's got the Atlas tree on his over on his YouTube channel.
Okay, so the first time I saw this tip and heard it, I paused the video and just cringed in psychological pain. The
Yeah.
way
That's
he
so good,
proudly
dude.
announces the act of salvaging a piece of gear with 20% quality made him almost 2 whole exalted orbs over a month into the league just was so profoundly dumb, it was almost painful to hear about. And then for the next, I shit you not, 2.5 minutes, Rage Gaming proceeds to tell the viewer how they can potentially make a 1.5 exalted orb profit each time they manage to successfully start a trade with someone who's willing to stop mapping long enough to sell them a 1 exalted orb 20% quality item from their dump tab. So basically his strategy involves
Yeah, this is the next level of the chaos recipe from PoE 1.
Oh god,
Venturing
it's
through
so
the
bad.
hellscape
Is this dude living in like 2022 when exalters were actually valuable? What is? Oh no, no. He wants you to go to trade, buy one of these, salvage it, get 4 scraps, and then sell those scraps for 1x. He's making $15,000 a month. What am I doing? I'm wasting my time. I could be pumping out dog shit content daily.
that is attempting to trade for 1 exalted orb items this late into the league,
That's
all to
horrible.
profit an overall increase to your account
Scrap
value
pump and dump.
of 1.5 exalted orbs over the course of what is likely to be 5 to 10 minutes at least per item of whispering
This is
people.
so bad. It's so
There
much
is a
worse than I
term
thought.
that goes around the business world that I feel Rage Gaming has somehow never heard of, and that is
Opportunity cost.
Now, Rage Gaming enjoys
I
using
took Business
defense that
101.
this content is for newer players, but I cannot imagine worse advice you could possibly give a newer player than to stop playing the game, sit in your hideout, and instead of making far more currency by just playing the game and doing literally anything, he is suggesting you should spend 5 to 10 minutes trying
One rare mob drops more currency. This is than this whole video.
to get
Yeah,
people to trade for
exactly.
1.5 exalts at a time.
You bought 46,000 armor scraps from Elva for 100 divine. You're going to get rich. You just have to wait. You have to sit on them for a while until they buff armor. And then everyone's going to buy armor and need armor scraps. And then you're going to double your money. It'll be like 6 months, but it'll be worth it.
And keep in mind, the name of this video is 5 easy, best, fast divine orb farm tricks.
That you didn't
Even
know.
at the time he recorded this, as we see
I wonder
from
if
his
he's
video,
okay. Now
one
there's
divine
2
orb was already up to
videos memeing on this
117 exalted
Rage's
orbs.
video. Let's see
So
if he's
following
taking
this
it
man's
down.
advice, even if we were generously to say that it would take you 5 minutes per trade, you'd be making less than a divine orb per hour. And I really can't wrap my head
Nope.
around how on earth that could ever be
Still up.
considered best, fast, or even easy, as the mental taxation of having to go through that many 1 exalt trades to do this
14% like
would have
ratio.
to be
That's looking good.
legendary. And I guarantee you neither he or anyone has ever
What?
done this ever. So
He even-
instead of
He deleted the pinned comment.
Bro, what is with this food on Lily's thing? Like, you can't do this. I want to eat this. But I live in South Africa. We don't have this. He did get one thing right. You're right. We didn't know. I didn't know that currency making strategy of buying 20% quality items on the trade site, salvaging them, and then selling the scraps for exalted orbs. While only trading for armor scraps. Exactly.
doing all of this nonsense, I've
I'm
made a full
surprised
guide.
I'm surprised he stopped deleting the the bad comments. That
He
was
was too busy buying items on the trade site to salvage them and then get them for exalts, and then turn those exalted orbs into divine orbs.
so funny.
Didn't have time for it.
The first time I was looking at the stuff on stream, or I was looking at the response video, and he was just deleting all of the bad comments, and he was also watching my stream.
Oh,
and at the
no.
exact moment I called him out for deleting comments, suddenly they stopped being deleted.
Well, to breach delirium
What,
and
do you think
ritual,
nobody
3 of the
noticed?
4
We wrote down a bunch of names, and then I refreshed the page and Control F, and they're like all gone.
of the end game mechanics. If you choose to focus on any of these at end game or multiple and utilize
I'm going to, this is a good thumbnail. I'm going to steal that concept.
I'm gonna steal it. I'm just gonna copy paste whatever Lily's thumbnail was for this, and I'm gonna just use that, but put my face on it. Sorry, Lily. Please don't cancel me.
as
That's a
the
good one.
information imparted in these
I'm
videos.
stealing that
I
concept.
can promise you,
It's
as
kinda
I've actually
genius.
done them all, that you'll be far better off than sitting in your hideout whispering people for 1 exalt trades. So my advice in exchange for this tip is to, instead of doing this, just go play the game instead, as
Yeah.
profit crafting within your hideout is something only very
I've been
experienced or
blessing, thank
knowledgeable
you.
crafters with a deep understanding of statistics and the game
And a swarm of enslaved exiles feeding you currency, right?
mechanics should be doing.
Yeah.
As the opportunity cost of just sitting around generating no experience or items for a very meager amount of exalted orbs per hour just doesn't make any sense. If you do want to learn how to actually profit craft properly, though,
Yeah, no, the video title is not dishonest, because these are things that I didn't know. These are currency making methods that I did not know.
I suggest you tune into Belton's videos or streams,
Well, I
as
mean-
he is an extremely knowledgeable Path of Exile 1 veteran that makes regular content about the subject, as well as the exacts behind the math on how to do it properly. There will be a link to his channel centered around profit crafting, as well as my guides on the endgame mechanics and how to utilize them down below in the description.
Next up, a quick concept that's more like being aware at the time. It's something I mentioned recently, but I just think it bears repeating in a video like this. It's very simple.
And it was at this point in the video that I had
I'll hold my tongue, okay?
a thought that it was kind of funny that this person who we're watching teach us how to make currency by playing the game has yet to actually give any tips involving playing the game or leave the hideout. He's just sitting around looking at the currency exchange.
No,
which
wait.
is
I didn't think about
Probably,
that.
honestly,
He
how
actually,
this
I don't wait. Did he give a single actual playing the game tip?
whole video even came about, as I have to imagine he
think
was
so.
just staring at this board trying to figure out what kind
No.
of mouth diarrhea he could string together to stay relevant in the PoE2 YouTube algorithm.
You look at
I think you could probably. I'm trying to think. How would you make a worse currency making strat? Like, can we try and craft the ultimate bad strategy that's like actually? It can't be so bad that it's obviously bad. It has to like have a tiny element of profit. Run white maps. It can't be like that. No, wait. How about? Okay, wait. Okay, I'm going to show you a really good currency making strategy now. Just wait. So don't tell anyone about this, but this is a really good way to make some currency, okay? If you go into your hideout and you speak to Doriani, okay? So you can, from Doriani, you can buy infinite level 1 waystones. And let me just show you. So you go to Doriani, you buy infinite level 1 waystones like this. They cost 5,000 gold. Now, if we go to the reforging bench, I can do this, okay? And now I have a tier 2. And now, but wait, I can do it again. And then I can do it a third time. So we just keep doing this, right? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. How many did I buy? I just need to keep track of my like profit. The thing is that gold, you can't trade gold. So this is like actually just free. And then wait, hold on. I need to go up again. Okay, wait. We're nearly there. Hold on. Okay. So now I have 40. I bought 45, which was 45 times 5 is. So for 225,000 gold, you can get a tier. Oh no, I'm not going to have enough. Okay, you can get a tier 4 map. But wait, if I go on the trade site now, so I can sell a waystone tier 4 for 8 orbs of transmutation. 8 orbs of transmutation. But wait, it gets better. Now, if I take my 8 orbs of transmutation, 8, and then I go to Alba, buy or sell items, currency exchange, sorry. I have 8 orbs of transmutation. I can get, for 1,000 orbs of transmutation, I can get 1 exalted orb. Okay? So 225,000 gold for 8 orbs of transmutation. And then for 8, so I would need to do this 400 times. So for 90 million gold, you can get an exalted orb. And then it gets better. You can then, if you do this enough, you can get enough exalted orbs to then buy a divine orb. So 274. So we just times this by, was it 90 million? By 274, 24.6 billion gold, you can get a divine orb with this method. And the best thing is that you don't even have to leave your hideout. You don't have to leave your hideout. It's so good. But don't tell anyone about this strat, all right? Run out of gold? No, but then when you run out of gold, you can just map, and then you'll actually just find divines playing the game. All right, keep that one under wraps. Don't tell anyone. You need to make a new character to buy socketed and superior gear from vendors for cheap. You're right. Do that.
The currency exchange. We go divine orb versus the cost of exalted orbs.
Okay.
I've been watching this every day for a little while, and I noticed that it's going between 110 and 120. Pretty stable now. It's not really going below that at this time.
Pretty stable.
I've noticed that the conversion rate obviously changes based on the time of day and also the time of week. It seems like when more people are online, more people are playing, they're
Please don't tell me to set an alarm in the middle of the night so I can buy divines for cheaper. Please, please, please.
generating more currency, more drops. More trading is happening. So the quote-unquote rarity of these trades or cost of these trades goes down. But when it's very late night or like low times during the week, there's less currency being produced in that moment. So the value seems to irk upwards. So we could take this average in this exact moment, about 117 exalted orbs to the divine. Let's say it's a really popular time, such as post-patch release.
What was that word he used? It irks upwards?
Loads of people are playing, and so these currencies are being generated more. The value of the divine orb drops.
Man, oh man, did that age like milk or what? Somehow I don't think Rage Gaming has an economics degree, as he predicted following patch 0.1.1 that the divine orb would drop.
There's one massive flaw in my currency making strat though. It means having gold, which means playing, which takes you long. True. I'll still release a guide. Doesn't matter.
In
50?
price. While currently at the time of recording, compared to his recording, the divine orb has raised in cost by 80 exalted orbs.
Ouch.
Meaning anyone who listened to this guy before the patch basically lost their ass if they decided to specifically listen to the part about the Divine Orb dropping in value. And then, due to the panic of Divine suddenly raising...
Yeah, I like how Rage is showing getting Exalted Orbs. Imagine if player sees this, they like, okay, I'll convert my Divines to Exalted, and now they're 50% poorer.
Lamau.
price, they would immediately have shifted those Exalted Orbs back into the Divine Orb for fear of losing any more, contributing to the inflation even further. The rest of this tip was a pretty hollow one. He basically tells you to trade out your Exalted Orbs for Divine Orbs when they drop below the usual.
Dude, Beliers, you're right. So with my strategy, dude, it's an infinite money loop. You're right. So with the map strat, you get your Exalted Orb, then you buy items on the trade site, which you sell to vendors for more gold. And then it's an infinite loop. I think you could probably make like a Divine every couple hundred years, maybe. I don't know.
Usual average, and to convert back when the opposite is true, which tells you absolutely nothing.
Okay, Teemu gets a bad rep. I've had so many compliments about my background. The whole background is Teemu. Okay, not all of it, but most of it is Teemu.
Thing about anything.
I'm not starting at this. Well, I kind of did, but
staring at the currency exchange like this guy,
it's
which
not me.
we've already covered, is a very bad way to spend your time in Path of Exile 2 from just about every standpoint, as the opportunity cost and potential to lose out extremely badly due to an unforeseen market shift, like
guitar.
I don't know, Divine suddenly doubling in value over the course of a week is just not worth it over just playing the game. And even if we lived in a fantasy world where this tip was valid, the guy just told thousands of people to do this. So whatever crumbs of Exalted Orbs you could have scrounged from this tactic, well, they're probably gone.
Next up then, let's talk about a known one in terms of a form of currency that's really good and turning items into uniques. It's the Orb of Chance.
Oh, God. And just when you think that this video couldn't get any worse, we get to listen to Rage Gaming's insights on chance orbing uniques, which is literally just actual gambling. So even if there was no misinformation here, which there's plenty of, our third tip, or at least I'm pretty sure this is supposed to be number 3, considering he outright told me the first tip wasn't the real first tip, is to just gamble your currency away on
gamble now. You will win. You will win.
Please
and
don't
again,
say it. Please
Rage
don't say it.
Gaming likes to deflect allegations like this and defend himself by saying he speaks for new players and gives advice aimed at new players.
In order to be a teacher to new players, you have to be very skilled and knowledgeable in order to like convey information like that properly. You don't have to be incredibly knowledgeable, but you have to understand the game at least. Like you can't be new and then give advice to other new people. Like
Bulk
what?
buying chance orbs and unique bases sound like something you or anyone should recommend to newer players as a profit strategy. No, it doesn't. It's something streamers do for content when they're endgame rich and don't care anymore before they ship off to Hardcore League. Not something new players should be doing with the 1.5 Exalted Orbs
So not only
made
does
following
he
Rage Gaming's advice.
He doesn't try to chance Ingenuity. If he tried to chance Ingenuity, he would have realized it doesn't work.
Please.
Doesn't it actually? I haven't actually tried it because I haven't.
No, it can't work.
Obviously, you can't chance it boss unique. Does it give you a message saying you can't chance it? That's what people say it says. It gives you an error message.
Oh no.
Yeah.
It actually gives an error message in game, so
And
you didn't even
Rage
click
Gaming
it.
says
until now.
you can chance
Predictably
it.
either upgrades
There
a
you
normal
go.
item to a unique rarity
Bro.
or destroys it. Now, obviously, this can result in a lot of different things.
No.
And with the patch information seemingly unaffecting any of this, which is what had people kind of holding onto the uniques a little bit, or at least maybe not chancing before they see if things are going to change, it seems like things are going to remain as we currently know it, which is helpful. So, Orb of Chancing items could result in, obviously, items worth many divines, as you probably know.
Please don't
You might
say
be
it.
wondering, though, what's the most valuable thing to run?
Please
To
don't
understand
say it.
this to maximize your potential is obviously a good idea for which
Here we
kind of
go.
things you're trying to
Here
pull.
we go.
If we take a heavy bell and
Okay.
chance that, this could turn into headhunters, which turns out are about 12 divines at the moment I record this.
Wow.
But you could also try to roll something else, like dream fragments, temporalis.
That's not even the worst part about this tip. It just keeps getting worse. Because as you just heard, he suggested it'd be a good idea to try and chance orb a temporalis, an extremely expensive unique body armor that costs 60 divine orbs. Problem is, it's a unique only obtained as a drop from the final boss of the Trial of Sekhmet, Zarok, when utilizing the last flame relic.
Who even needs that
Relic that
detail?
turns the trial into a no-hit run, as you only have
Just
one
chance
honor,
it,
making
bro.
it extremely difficult to actually obtain, hence its value, and therefore cannot be chance-orbed.
Or Astramentis, which are significantly more valuable. Here's a rundown of the least to most valuable of these options. There's the Ingenuity Utility Belt. That's about...
Okay, it should take you like 3 seconds of thinking to realize that if an item would be profitable to chance orb, the value of that item would drop to the point that it is below the average number of attempts to chance orb it. Because if they were like a 1 in 10 to hit an Astramentis, it wouldn't cost as much because the currency market would be flooded with it. This is obviously not a good strategy. And why is he saying Ingenuity?
There's the Ingenuity Utility Belt. 4+ divine.
He also tells the viewer they can chance orb utility belts to potentially get an Ingenuity unique. And
Yeah, the 3 gamers worked on this. Yeah.
hilariously, because my man is completely clueless, pulls up a picture from the trade site of a 4 divine Ingenuity.
It's a brick.
Because he somehow, after allegedly playing a lot of Path of Exile 2, doesn't know the baseline price these typically sell for, which is actually 20 or more divine orbs. And you know, to his credit, he actually took accountability for this mistake.
Oh,
Kind
that's
of.
good.
And pinned a comment stating, "Not sure how being able to chance boss drop uniques got into my script that I wrote. Whoopsie." As comments have pointed out, it's something we've conveyed correctly many times before. Mistakes happen, of course.
There's something
but
I want to do.
apologies for this one. So yeah, that's kind of an apology. He deflects to some degree, but does at least apologize for the misinformation that could have, potentially cost anyone following these tips those 1.5 exalted orbs they made flipping armor scraps on silk robes that could have never have been a temporalis.
So logically, if you have an Orb of Chance, using it on a heavy belt or a utility belt, resulting in that rare unique roll, would be less valuable than most of the other ones. Instead, we'd aim for stellar amulets,
Bro, this
obviously not
video
magical like
fucking
this, but a
hurts to
normal one you can
watch.
actually chance, because that could turn into the most valuable option, Astramentis.
It
This is why,
could.
if we go to the website, we can see that stellar amulets are listed anywhere from 1 to 5 to 10 exalted.
This isn't really Rage Gaming's fault, but I find it funny that, again, 2 days after this video, the price of these items, multiplied by 10.
No. It all went up because of Rage Gaming's video. Don't you get it, Lily? This video came out, everyone watched it, they were like, genius, brilliant. And now they all went to start chance orbing stellar amulets. It's not a coincidence. The price spiked because everyone started chancing these, and now that is why they cost 150x. It's because of Rage Gaming's excellent currency making advice.
Orbs.
Exactly. Everyone panic chance Astramentis.
You serious?
Yeah.
But what he doesn't apologize for, because he's still probably to this moment watching this video clueless about it, is that all of the prices he suggested people go out and buy stellar amulets and sapphire rings for in the video
That's such a good
were
comment.
just
Wow, I have 5 divines in my stash after this video. I had 10 before the video.
buy stellar amulets and sapphire rings for in the video were just price fixes. There has not been a legit listing for stellar amulets that
This poor
low
creature.
for probably about as long as it's been since he logged into the game last.
Oh,
The sapphire rings and stellar amulets that he suggests you could purchase for a couple exalted orbs are, in reality, being price fixed, so bulk traders can move them by the hundreds through third-party trading mediums like the Forbidden Trove Discord, where they are valued at over a full divine orb each for stellar amulets at this point, and 20 or even 30 plus exalted orbs for sapphire rings. So suffice to say, these are not bases new players should be trying to buy or gamble away. You should absolutely be
They're not
selling
worth the
them off
divvies,
to
are
the
they?
ultra-rich board players with nothing better to do than chance orbing.
Yeah.
And if you want
The good advice would be go out, find stellar amulets and sell them on the trade site, not deleting them with chance orbs.
to keep up with the value of items like these, then I suggest you join the Forbidden Trove Discord so you can stay in touch, which is probably not something Rage
Just side note, this guy recommended both Belton and TFT in the same video. I feel like there's drama brewing if you do that.
Gaming has been with his audience since the last Monster Hunter release.
So there you have it. A few methods to consider with that patch in mind. I do hope this was useful to you and the extra context of that patch. If you guys have any extra plans or advice around these topics, let us know in the comments. For now, though, I've been Hollow, you've been you. Thanks for watching.
And that's it. That is all 3 tips in the video. So he couldn't even count the number of tips correctly. Or
Oh no!
more likely, he just
It
realized
wasn't
it had
even
been
5.
well
I didn't
past
even
the point
notice
of
that it wasn't
maximizing ad
5.
revenue and decided to just pack it in on pulling any more nonsensical,
What's wrong with them? They have beef. Let's just put it that way.
useless tips out of his ass. Now, I want to say that there are good content creators on this platform and good creators for Path of Exile 2. Creators that feel blessed to have been given the opportunity to create and inform the masses about the hobbies that they love and give their absolute all when it comes to making the best content that they can.
Oh, Jesus.
Rage Gaming squanders this gift and opportunity.
You put the bean
I have
pub
to
in
imagine
there?
there
I
is
mean, that is
probably
pretty
passion
peak,
to this
peak
content
content,
once, but there is no passion to be had with this kind of shovelware. This
Of all people. Of all people. Oh no.
was
Okay,
shoveled
fine.
shit,
I'm not saying
tossed
anything.
out into the mouths of the masses, and he was paid for doing it. Everyone who watched this video has been misinformed and misled. It's literally villainous behavior to leave this video up or have made it at all, as by doing so, Rage Gaming is profiting off of wasting the most valuable resource a human being has. That being
Food.
your time.
Oh, damn it.
You only have so much of, and you can never get it back.
Nice quote.
So, to Rage Gaming, if you have any
Armored
integrity
scraps.
left
Yes,
as a creator,
that was it.
do the right thing, take down the video, apologize, and don't abuse
Won't happen.
Nope.
He will not even cut out the portions that are especially bad.
Yep.
He won't even cut out the bad portions. All right, there's something I wanted to see.
How many views did that video actually get?
I want to see if ChatGPT
Oh,
will
okay.
give better advice than Rage Gaming.
All right, let's go. Let's see. What's it gonna be? What are 5 tips for making currency in Path of Exile 2? Is ChatGPT even up to date with PoE 2? Focus on league and mechanic
okay.
events.
Focus on lead mechanics. There we go.
Okay.
I mean, it's giving me
This
PoE
is-
1 stuff, but it's still more right.
It is more right.
Run mapping and focus on high tier maps. All right, it's still giving me PoE 1.
What? Trade and flipping. I mean, this is good advice. Complete daily and weekly challenges quests. Often as daily or weekly challenges, quests, and events that reward you with valuable items. Where's it getting this from? By actually completing these, is this like a D4 thing? This is a D4 thing, isn't it?
Oh my god, wait. Is this actually talking about... I think it's confusing challenge. I don't think it knows... Well, maybe it
Yeah, she's thinking it's like the daily quests from like Masters, Forgotten Masters before Betrayal League, or I don't know.
does know about master missions, but
Yeah.
I think it thinks the challenges give you stuff.
Those were like, I mean, crafting,
I
reselling.
mean, you could
We
literally
don't have
run a...
crafting.
Wait, also, you're running
yeah.
maps with high value modifiers like +1 to all skill gems.
Nice.
That would be a sick map.
Let me just link Lily's. Oh, very abrupt end, Lily. Good job. Now you can get all the viewer retention because no one ever expects the video to end